because that's the way your body's reacting to the chemo, reacting to what's going on. Okay, so it's best to like do more moderate, light to moderate exercises, seeing how, because see how your body is reacting to it. If I'm not mistaken, my client's son, who's going through the chemo, he's doing like a 12-week process, and I think Mondays he goes there, he does he gets the treatment for 4 hours. Hey guys, feel free to subscribe and follow, and don't forget to share. Don't forget to share, please. All right, guys, enjoy. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So today's supposed to be Q&A. So any questions you may have, please feel free to ask me. I know people might be away, so of course I have my topics, and honestly, I thought we were just gonna do Q&A, and then pretty much that'll be it. But it seemed like, I don't know, like, a lot of topics came to me, or 3 topics came to me, that I had to talk about. I hope it helps you, hope it educates you, enlightens you about certain things, about life, about everything really. It definitely helps you. But anyway, so let's begin with the first one. So we're gonna talk about the misconceptions of carbs and fat. Now, these topics is actually the first 2 topics actually is from one of my clients. Literally one client of mine, older client that I recently started working with, and even if you've been doing this for a long time, sometimes I feel like you work out, you think that's it. Well, if I just work out, I'll be fine. But in reality, it's more than just working out. It's the nutrition side. I always use the analogy of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is the working out part, the things that you see. But the bottom part of everything, the things that you don't see underneath the water, is the working out. Is the nutrition and the sleep, and also stress, the mental health side of it, which a lot of people, can it really affect you to stop from losing weight? Yes, it can, but severe cases of it. We're talking about people that are really stressed out on a regular basis, every day, high stress, that kind of thing. And actually, your body can tell you with other ways, like certain problems, stomach pain. I heard a case where people are so stressed that they get diarrhea, vomiting, those kind of things. So if you're going through that, definitely consider, getting help for it, learning how to control it, or getting away from the situation that you're in causing that stress. But anyway, let's move on. So let's just stress these misconceptions. So we try to think about, like, so we start with carbs. Carbs, you get from your breads, get from your fruit, you get from pretty much anything, not to say anything, but like any bread products, like pasta, flour products, sugars, fruits, like I said. There's like a different array of, we all know where carbs come from. But there's also carbs that are from vegetables that are so small, so minute, that it doesn't really change anything. That's a lot of time bodybuilders or people working out in general don't really count. Like, say if you have green beans, like, I don't know, first a meatloaf and green beans, it doesn't really necessarily affect your calories that much or your carbs that much. So sometimes people don't count the vegetables or the salad or whatever, not the whole salad, because when I say salad, I'm not talking about potato salad, I'm talking about tuna salad or whatever. And I'm not even talking about a salad when you put the croutons on and all the vegetables, all the other stuff you might do, fruits or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the lettuce, the tomato. Lettuce and tomato, yeah. I would count spinach because of the protein. Like, I would track that. If you're gonna do spinach, I would count that. Like a spring lettuce or something, spring salad, those kind of things. So anyway, first things, people usually think that carbs cause you to gain weight. So the primary focus of carbs is to give you energy to your body, and it helps with metabolism, it helps with energy, energy levels, brain function, everything. And the problem is, and I'm gonna get to this in a little more detail, but we just overconsume in the amount of carbs, because let's just face the facts, carbs taste amazing. Either because of the sugar, either because of the texture, the crunch, all these different kind of things, carbs taste amazing. All right, so we have to really consider not to overindulge in it. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute after we go to fats. But it's just, you really have to understand that there's also understand too, there's different kinds. There's more whole grain. Like I talked about vegetables, legumes, those kind of things. Those fiber ones, the one with a lot of fiber, is definitely important. So if you decide to, okay, let me not have any carbs, okay, you're missing out on fiber, you're missing out on vitamins and minerals. And some people say if you go to the carnivore diet or whatever, oh, I still have the same energy I do. For me personally, I would reach a plateau, and that my energy would not increase, or my let's say my I might not lose as much weight. Your plateau. I mean, you keep your calories low, you're gonna plateau anyway. But at the end of the day, is certain things might happen, like just being in a calorie decline. I can't think of the word right now, but that calorie decline or that calorie deficit, that's the word. For such a long period of time, things start to happen to you. Okay, besides energy level, besides really mainly energy level, but you notice your libido starts to act, your libido starts to act up. Your strength is not going where it needs to be, or all these different kind of things. So, long story short, when it comes to that, you want to make sure you focus on getting, like the whole grains, avoiding the sugars, the refined sugars, the white flour, those kind of things, to avoid like the spike in your blood sugar, those kind of things to kind of help. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna go into the over our overindulgence and overconsumption of fat of carbs in a minute. But let me go down to fats. So fats is bad. Okay, that's a myth. Fats are not all bad. Fats are not created all equal. They have the healthy fats from the nuts, the seeds, the olive oils, those kind of things. Those are very, very good. And the fats, there's the fats that are bad. The omega, the omega sixes, yeah. So you have omega sixes and you have omega threes. Omega threes is good for you. Omega six is bad for you. But in large amounts is bad for you, because omega six and omega threes and six kind of balance everything out for you. Okay, but the thing is to aim to get a good balance with, of course, more omega threes, less omega sixes. Okay, so, and the problem people need to understand is that protein, fats and carbs are very, very important for us. Okay, so fats fuels that energy and daily carbs, sorry, fuel that our workouts, our daily activities, stop us from getting fatigue, poor recovery, irritability, those kind of things. And some people say, hey, but when my body gets used to using a different energy source, I'm fine. Yes, but like I said, eventually that will wear off. That will wear off. And that's why it's good to have, go on that low carb diet, that's fine. But eventually those effects that you might have will wear off and you reach your stalemate. All right, you reach a plateau. Alrighty, so, or even not even plateau, the side effects that happens, it could suck. Not could suck, will suck. Alright, then I go into fats now. Your fats are good for cellular health, helps with energy level, with your hair, your skin health, just keeping everything balanced. I'll help you keep everything balanced as well when it's paired, especially with carbs. Okay, so the thing is, let's go to the low carb, having the high amounts of carbs and high amounts of fat. The thing is, one, when it comes to carbs, it tastes so good, we just keep consuming it. Either sugar or the white flour or whatever you want to say, it tastes so good, or white rice, we just keep consuming it. So we have to make sure that we're aware of that. When it comes to protein, can you over consume a protein? Yes. And people are gonna say, oh yeah, because your kidneys and all this kind of stuff. If you're drinking water, you're gonna be fine. It's just take a lot of consistently overeating on protein for it to really damage your kidney. It has to be severely, it's to be as large amounts, like tremendous amounts. And a lot of us Americans aren't doing that enough. Eating that enough. We don't eat enough to begin with. We sure as hell not eating enough protein to warrant kidney disease or kidney problems or whatever you're thinking, worry about your kidneys. All right, so it's very, very important that you let's look closer. You understand that protein is king, protein is queen, whatever you want to say, it's the big dog. Okay, then when it comes, make sure you're watching your carbs. If you're trying to lose weight, yes, fine. Drop the carbs is fine. So we'll go into your fat stores for energy. I use the analogy. Actually, same client I had to use the analogy with. Maybe different, but anyway. So picture your fridge. Your fridge on the bottom part, typical, like, I don't know, some fridges are different now. So your fridge, typical fridge, like the freezer up top and the fridge, actual fridge is in the bottom or the bigger section. So the biggest section is where your stomach is, where all the food, that food is. The freezer is where the fat, where your fat is stored, or what you see on your body, the extra, all that kind of stuff around your body, either on your arms, on your legs, on your stomach, on your chest, or whatever, the extra body fat. So that's where just think about it like that. And then when you run out of food in the bottom, then it will go to the freezer to get the, get some more energy, get the food from the freezer. But eventually that's going to stop. Okay. Like I said, so it's definitely, my rule of thumb is like, try not to drop your calories too fast. I mean, calories are carbs. Don't drop it too fast. Slowly, gradually drop it, and then eventually go back to a refeed or diet break or what have you, to kind of let your body breathe for a second. Okay, so we overconsume in carbs because of the fact that it tastes so good. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's like they use fillers when it comes to, like, if you have like a cheeseburger, they put fillers in, and like a breadcrumbs or something like that to make it look bigger and thicker or whatever. And what else? Well, yeah, when it comes to fats now, fats are everywhere too. So think about, like, say you have Popeye's fried chicken. And what happens? It's seasoned, the chicken is seasoned, but then they put it in flour. Or the egg, whatever, egg batter, whatever. Then they put in a flour or some type of cornstarch, whatever it is. They dip it in there. Then they dip it in oil to fry. And you think that the oil just drops off? No. If you put it on a paper towel, you think it's gets soaked up? No. The fat is still in the bread, or in the chicken. So you're gonna be consuming a lot of that fat. So that's why people say fat is bad. And then the thing is too, when it comes to fat, like nutritional fat, it's 9 calories compared to four calories, and four calories for carbs and 4 calories for protein. The amount of energy or calories that is yielded from fat is double, okay, compared to fats, or compared to carbs or protein. So be aware of that. So we can easily, at a drop of a dime, consume so much calories because it's either dipped or fried, dipped into oil and fried, whatever. I saw some guy looks good as hell, but he's making a Philly cheesesteak. He put oil on. Okay, olive oil, whatever olive oil it was. But then he put butter on it. Butter in the pan. And I get it, and that's what I bought this shirt a while ago. And this YouTube guy I watched during the COVID, and his saying was fat means flavor. And it is. Fat means flavor, and I get it. I completely understand. I agree. But it's a lot of calories when it comes to that. Tons of calories. Okay, so like, say if you have a fried piece of chicken, for example, fried piece of chicken from Popeyes, a drumstick or something like that, will probably, honestly, I'm not even lying, I'm not making this up, probably close to 500. Well, I say 400 calories, and it's mainly because of fat. If you look at the macro breakdown of it, it's gonna be mostly fat, and then it'll be probably bread. Well, maybe protein actually first, and then the bread. Carbs are gonna be on it too. Okay, but if you do like a baked chicken or a grilled chicken, it's gonna be probably half that amount of calories. So these are the things that we do. So when we think about, let me do a low carb diet, when we do a low fat diet, you have to think of a lot of things that could go wrong, or and in moderation, you drop your calories or drop your carbs, drop your fats. And the interesting thing is that back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, they were like demonizing fat, like saying, oh, that's or no fat milk or no whatever comes from, because it was demonizing fat is bad for you shouldn't have fat and all this kind of stuff. I personally think that's the reason why we have, like, problems with giving birth, or conceiving, because of we need fat for hormone growth. or to build it, to create hormones. And we're, don't not eat, we're watching our fats or whatever. And if you're vegan, you can still have fats, of course. Like, you can have, legumes, beans, gosh, what's the day? Nuts, different kind of nuts. It's possible. If you're worried about that, you don't need to have meat to have fat. There's fat in other areas, to other places too. All right. So it's just the problem is extreme restrictions is not good. Okay. Low nutrition deficiencies, low energy, even muscle loss. And that's what we don't want. We're not trying to lose muscle, we're trying to lose body fat. Okay. So if it's done right, having a low carb diet, I would honestly not recommend a low fat diet. Well, if you're dropping normally when you drop your drop your calories, you try not to drop your protein. Your protein stays where it is because you're losing weight and you're eating less. So you're trying to make sure you have more muscle sparing, meaning you have more protein in your body to hold on to your protein and rebuild your body when it comes to your workouts. Just understand, you're not going to get stronger when you do low carbs or you're on a diet. You can't expect to get stronger. Okay, unless you're a newbie or something like that, you're just new to working out, it's not going to happen. You have to make sure that you accept it. Okay, am I going to increase my muscle and get stronger, or I'm going to lose my body fat? I want to lose body fat. Okay, which one is it? You choose, stick to it, and then you'll be fine. But then, of course, it's balance. And a lot of us always, like I said, we don't have a weight loss problem. We have a weight maintenance problem. That's what the problems that we have in America. But anyway, so when it really comes down to it, you want to make sure that you recognize that, when is it necessary to go low carb, when is it necessary to go low fat, or, what have you. Just know that it's not something you should be doing for a long period of time. The perfect example, like there's athletes, not say they eat whatever, but they're not watching their carbs. Most of us, in a sense, kind of like want to look like athletes. But they're not watching their carbs to the exercise. So if you're working out a lot, if you're working out a lot, have your carbs. But if you're trying to lose weight, lower the carbs, lower the calories in general. But just be mindful of it. Okay, you don't want to just drop off and I'm not having carbs for the rest of my life. And just a quick little story about when it comes to sugar. I remember I stopped having sugar. I think it was 2 weeks, and then one Saturday, I had a good amount of sugar, or what have you. And I'm not kidding you. The next day, I woke up. I felt like a hangover. And I didn't have any alcohol at all. I didn't have any alcohol, but I felt like I had a hangover. That's the effect of sugar. So if you really do want to change everything, the carbs that you should watch is the white flour, all those kind of things. The sugar, just watch the sugar. Okay, if you don't want to, get down to it. Even like if you're losing weight or trying to lose weight or not, or you're trying to maintain your weight, doing that can make a big deal. Watching white flour and watching white rice, and but you have to get that anal with it. It's really up to you, but it's just definitely sugar though. If anything, I just think adding tons of sugar to your food, having sugary drinks, it's a recipe for disaster. Just being honest. So if you want to really make some changes, it's simple. The thing is, one of the things is just getting rid of sugar. All right, and just finding balance. Okay. Everyone's gonna be different though. Just understand that. I personally think, and from doing this job, being a personal trainer for a while, diets are subjective. I've seen people that try to do a low, or not low, but a no meat diet or a vegetarian or vegan diet, and they felt weak and tired. And meat is what gave them their energy, made them feel better. And I think if anything, I have to guess is that their fat was probably low. In general, their fat was low, and then they got the fat back in them, and then they felt better with energy-wise. Because when it comes to energy, really the fat and the carbs kind of work together with that. All right. So finding balance, really deciding on what you want to do. You're trying to lose weight, do it, in a proper structured way. You should be fine. So don't run away from carbs. Don't run away from fats either. Okay. All are very essential for us when it comes to our body function and everything like that. Okay, so don't demonize that stuff anymore. Just accept it. Don't make it the enemy. Get the information you need. If you don't believe me, just keep researching. Just don't cut out carbs and cut out fats, completely. If you're on a diet, fine, cut out the carbs, fine, but to a certain extent, not years and years. Okay, that's when we get our problems. That's when we start having a lot of problem with health wise and all these different kind of things. All right, maybe having one cheat day a month or something like that. But either way, you don't want to be on a diet for too long anyway. All right, guys. So anyway, and actually something else too. Understand something, because same client actually, she said, I can't have calcium. She says, because I don't want to. I don't want to clog my arteries. So just understand the calcium that's in your arteries, the clog is different. It's not the same thing. Especially as a woman, older woman, you need vitamins, vitamin D, and you need calcium to build your bones. Let's say you're doing strength training or whatever, and you're, like I said, I said it before. Your muscles are pulling against the bone. The more it pulls against the bone, the more tension is going to develop, and that's when the bones get stronger. All right. But how the bones are being like kind of in a sense broken down a little bit, but it needs to be healed back up again. So it needs vitamin D and it needs calcium to do that. If it doesn't have that, it's not gonna get stronger, and you're gonna have brittle bones, and oh my god, I fell and broke my hip. Things it's gonna happen. Okay, so be mindful of that. Don't, especially as a woman, calcium is important. As older women, calcium is important. Men too, of course, but this is for women. Definitely get your calcium in. Don't be afraid of it. It's different from the calcium that's in your heart. Okay, that could be whatever, clogging your arteries. All right, just a little thing, because new client, tons of questions, tons of comments, and I want to make sure that I educate her, but also educate anyone else that might feel the same way. Remember, calcium is important to build strong bones, and also good for a contraction to your muscles. I mean, it's all skeletal muscles. I mean, skeletal muscles. That's the thing, skeletal muscle. And it's all connected. The whole body's connected. All right. So now, back to the same client. I think this is the number one way to do fasting wrong. Okay, so really when it comes down to it, what is fasting? Okay, so there's different kinds of fasting. There's fasting when you eat normally for 2 days and you fast for 2 days, like you don't have nothing at all. I heard that. Or no. It's 5 days you eat normally, and something like that. But a traditional one that most people are used to is you don't eat for what? 14 or 12 hours. You start with 12 hours, so mostly. Then you go to 12, 16, and 18, you don't eat. And then you eat for the remainder of the day, the 6 hours or 4 hours you may have. The problem is some people think that, okay, I'm just going to have one meal, a little plate, and food, and that's it. And I'm going to lose weight. I mean, will you lose weight? Absolutely. You're definitely going to lose weight. You're going to lose muscle mass too, but it definitely is not going to last that long. There's a reason why we survive all these years. Whatever. Our body gets adjusted to the demand or whatever's going on around. So if you're not going to eat that much, so understand something. When you come to your metabolism, why people say, oh, my metabolism is moving slow. My metabolism is slow down. Because your body has adapted to what you're trying to do to it. So if you're not eating enough, or you're not moving enough, your body or not moving enough, your body gets used to that. Okay, let's just store everything. He or she is eating in a surplus. Let's just store everything as body fat. They're not using the energy anyway. Let's save it for a rainy day, whatever, for energy purposes. Let's just store it. And that's how we get body fat, more body fat. So what happens is when it comes to having one meal a day, your body starts, oh crap, let's just hold on to everything. Let's not turn anything into muscle. Let's not turn anything into whatever, anything else for hormones. Let's just turn everything into energy for body fat. And that can happen. And that does happen. So people saying, oh, let me just have one meal a day. Maybe if you get lucky, you might have 1,000 calories on one meal. I doubt it. Because some people are so like watching everything. So I'm gonna have brown rice, broccoli, and chicken. And that's probably 500 calories right there, depending on how big the plate is or whatever. So you have that, you're not having enough calories, you're not having enough protein, you're not having enough anything. So that's when we have other health issues, other problems. Oh, I'm still working out, but I'm not making gains. Oh my God, well, I feel so tired. Oh, my energy level's low. I mean, and I get it. Some people say the energy, my God, I feel so energized. But those people are probably doing it the right way. You're probably having a window, like fasting for, I used to fast for 20 hours and eat for 4. I break my fast. And either way, long story short, I have my proper amount of protein, proper amount of fats. Intermittent fasting is supposed to stop you, honestly, for me, I feel like, stop you from snacking. You're still supposed to have the equivalent of your 3 meals, or roughly about your 3 meals. If you're dieting now, I'm talking about dieting. If you're dieting, intermittent fasting is perfect to get you rid of eating those extra calories from the snacking or whatever. Or maybe an extra meal you shouldn't be having or whatever. But you're supposed to have calories in, calories out. You're supposed to have the amount of calories you're supposed to have, like whatever your goal, your macro is supposed to be. And if you do that, if you say, okay, I'm just gonna have one meal, like traditional, like people making a mistake is they're just having one meal or one plate of food, little ass plate of food, and oh my God, I'm losing so much weight. That's gonna stop, and then you're gonna try to probably keep on doing it, and then some other health issues gonna happen. Like I said before, erectile dysfunction. We talk about hormone issues. Talking about irregular menstrual cycle. We're talking about all these different kind of things that happen. And like I said too, I believe when we have issues of not eating enough, I think as a society in America, we're overstimulated, but we don't eat enough, and we don't rest enough, and we don't take care of ourselves enough. So, and I think that's the reason why we have problems with reproduction and all these different kind of things as well. I might be wrong. I know I'm not, but if we're not feeding our body properly, why is going to help you create life or create anything else, especially as a woman, your body needs more. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so let's go over these consequences of making this mistake. Low energy. We talk about muscle loss. We talk about nutrient deficiency, not getting everything in you're supposed to have. The minerals, the vitamins, those kind of things. So just like I'm saying, please educate yourself when it comes to intermittent fasting. And it's good to have a plan too. The main goal for intermittent fasting is to get you away from snacking. Okay, that's really when it comes down to for you to control your hungers, control your hunger and control yourself from overeating. That's it. Not to encourage you to undereat completely and have like a little ass meal, a little ass bowl of food. But anyway, just focus on balance, having multiple meals. Like, when I say multiple meals, like I said, I did 4 hours window of eating. So you break your fast, maybe 2 hours later have something, and then maybe a couple minutes later have something else. Like I usually break my fast with a protein shake, if that, and then I'll do like a big meal, and then I have like another small meal or something like that. Something that either way, I'm getting my calories in. And I'm talking, like I said, just to lose weight. I'm talking about losing weight. I'm not talking about maintaining my weight, or I'm not talking about gaining weight or gaining muscle mass. Okay. So like I said, that's a big mistake people do. All right, when it comes to intermittent fasting. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions. No. So does the air fryer help cut down the fat so it's not too? Yeah, the air fryer is a fantastic thing. I love that thing. I use it. I never used it when we first got it, but I used it a lot more. It's fantastic. Sorry, I just saw your question now, Rashina. I think like 15 minutes ago you texted me that. You messaged me that, but It's really fantastic to cut down on the fat. Absolutely. If you need to oil the pan, not oil the pan, but oil, the thing, I don't know what's called, the basket or whatever it's called. Use like a low calorie spray, olive oil spray, or whatever you want to use, to kind of just grease up the pan or the basket, and just plop your food in and do what you got to do. But yeah, it cuts down. I never fried chicken in it before. Actually, I think I probably fried chicken in my life, like maybe once. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, hell, Logan wanted a hot dog, and honestly, Logan and my niece wanted a hot dog. I mean, it was raining outside anyway on Saturday, but I just popped those things in the air fryer. And it took like literally 15 minutes. No, maybe 10 minutes, whatever it was. It didn't take that long, and I didn't have to like watch it. I didn't have to turn it over. That's why I love it. I love it so much. Be careful with the air fryer though. I think it's I forgot what material not to use. Make sure it doesn't have titanium. I think it is. No, Teflon. Avoid Teflon. Yeah, and actually avoid scraping too as well. So if you whatever, like say if you don't use your fork, try to find something softer, like a wooden spoon, so you're not like scraping the sides and that's getting into your food. Same thing also pots. If you're frying, not frying, but if you're cooking something in a pot, be careful the material that you use, so you're not scraping the actual material from the pan into your food. All right, that's a expert chef advice. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Chef Boyardee over here. All right. So anyway, let's get back to it. So now this next topic is about chemo, and I don't, some people don't like to say the C word, but we know what chemotherapy is for. But another one of my clients today asked about chemo, going through chemo and exercise, and I just feel like that's something I should definitely. Okay, I definitely got to talk about this. So we know what chemo is for. Excuse me, and it could be very, very, very painful. A lot of problems can happen. Nausea. It's just like it's a lot. It's a lot to undertake, and you put your body through a lot. The substance, the chemo is actually killing good and bad cells. So a lot of bad things are happening in your body at the time, but you have to do it because hopefully it will help you survive. All right, so I figure I talk about this now. Understand? I'm just gonna say this now, full disclosure. I know I'm smart and everything, but I'm not a doctor. Okay, this is just advice. If you or somebody else going through this issue, okay, or going through this, okay. So like I said, this is just advice. My advice to you though, number one, is go talk to a doctor. Not say just to fact check me, but just to kind of talk about it. Say, hey, I like working out. I want to keep on working out, even though I'm going through this right now. I'm gonna keep working out. What can I do? Please guide me, or what are your recommendations? Those kind of things. Talk to your physician first. Okay, but I think me personally though, and I get, of course, I'll talk, explain why. I think if you can do it, work out, exercise, but to a certain extent, and we talk about it right now. So, like I said, chemo could be very challenging, very overwhelming, and it does affect your energy level, overall quality of life. My mom is a cancer survivor. I was young when she was going through her treatments, so I don't really remember. I think I was about 12 when she was going through. I'm trying to recover from her breast cancer. So it's you have to understand something too when it comes to like resting, when it comes to being active. You don't necessarily have to think that, okay, so if you're going through it, I would recommend doing your same routine you always did. You have to kind of feel it out. Just like I said a couple minutes ago, diets are subjective. I think when it comes to this kind of situation, exercise is always subjective anyway. You might not like it. Certain things, not like a Zumba class, but if you're going through chemo, maybe, just going for walks might be your best thing. Because that's the way your body's reacting to the chemo, reacting to what's going on. Okay, so it's best to like do more moderate exercises, seeing how your body is reacting to it. If I'm not mistaken, my client's son, who's going through the chemo, he's doing like a 12-week process, And I think Mondays he goes there. He gets he gets the treatment for 4 hours. Then he gets sent home with another bag for the next 48 hours is like dripping into him kind of thing. And then so it's a matter of really you feeling it out, not really jumping the gun and just, okay, I'm gonna go to work out right afterwards. I feel okay, whatever. But my advice is start off slow, see how your body reacts to it, because it will zap your energy. And even if you feel okay, you might not after, like, maybe start to do something, especially something that's high risk. As honestly, I'm not against COVID. I'm not against CrossFit, but I would not be doing a CrossFit class, at least until okay, hey, I can handle this. I've been gradually increasing the intensity after chemo, 3 days after chemo, because some people just have one day and then they don't have to go for another. Like this guy, this client's son, he goes once every 2 weeks, so I mean, everything regiment is different. Okay, so kind of like giving yourself time to kind of slowly, okay, this is what happens during chemo. Do I vomit? Do I feel some type of way? Depression and stuff like that. So that's what another thing is too, is when you're going through going through this issue, your energy might be zapped or what have you, but working out and exercise gradually can help with the energy, help with your energy production, one, and then two, also, you feel like crap, you feel depressed, you feel anxiety, you feel all this kind of stuff going on the mental side of it. And what does exercise do? Exercise helps with that. Okay, and since you're not exercising and everything too, is you can actually lose muscle mass. So what does exercise do? At least lightly, resistance training, what does it do? Help stops you from losing muscle mass. Okay, exercise, once again, helps boost your immune system, your immune function. Helps with, I mean, it's not gonna help, I mean, cure anything, you know what I'm saying, but it can help with that. I mean, but in moderation. Those, like I said, all this in moderation. Start off slow and gradually work your way up. Okay, so a couple of exercises you consider: low impact activities like I said, walking, yoga, swimming, those kind of things. But make sure, if you're gonna swim, make sure you're around somebody. Make sure, of course, you have a lifeguard. Don't swim by yourself in your house. If you're fortunate enough to have a pool, don't do that. Okay. Light strength training, like I said, to kind of hold on to the muscle you might be potentially losing. Okay, flexibility exercises. Okay, like I said, gentle, like yoga, some regular stretching. This reduces stiffness because you're sitting down in a chair in a long period of time, or whatever the case may be. Let's get the body moving a little bit, even if it's just like stretching. Okay, loosening it up. Okay, and if you can, like I said, really come down to listening to your body, not overdoing it. Listening to your body. Get your if you want to talk to a professional, personal trainer, somebody that kind of help you, guide you, like I said, see a doctor first, and then talk to somebody, talk to a personal trainer, kind of, okay, hey, listen, I'm going through chemo these amount of days or what have you, but I still want to exercise. Can you give me some recommendations of what I can do? The thing is, like I said, pacing is key. Start off slow, build up gradually, paying attention to how your body responds to exercises. I mean, hell, worst case scenario, you just can walk. Okay, but it's something, and also worst case scenario, you might only be able to do 10 minutes. But then as you get more acclimated to it, your body gets more acclimated to it, you can actually do a little longer and do more things. Okay, so like I said, just start off slow and adjust to the workouts. You're gonna have nausea and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to skip a day or modify and all this different. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't let your ego get in the way. Just focus on, I just want to be able to stay active while I'm going through this traumatic thing. I want to get active. I want to stay active. Okay, so to answer that question, can you exercise while going through chemo? Yes, but just listen to your body. Talk to your doctor. Gradual progressions. Okay, make sure you talk to you partner up with a family member, a personal trainer, somebody that kind of help you, hold you accountable. And I normally we hold you accountable to make sure you do the exercises, but hold you accountable so you don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that try to overdo it and then God forbid something happens. Alrighty, so like I said, chemo, exercise and chemo, that'd be a good idea, but just be careful. Okay, I hope this all makes sense to you guys. I mean, I really appreciate it. I know summertime and people trying to, turn up, pop bottles and everything and all that jazz, but I'm happy you were able to join me today. I'm thinking honestly though, I'm thinking I might just have the live streams maybe twice a month instead of like four every once every week. Yeah, once every week. But we'll see what happens. But I like, these are new topics, different kind of topics, about working with chemo, that I just had to share with you. But I'm gonna just give a couple, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Any questions about anything? Like I said, this is supposed to be Q&A, but I always want to have topics that kind of help enlighten people the best that I can. Mainly because my clients, they ask me a lot of questions, and I want to share those answers with them and also with you. Alrighty. So no more questions. All right. So most likely, because the next week is no, I won't be doing a live stream. The week afterwards, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Labor Day weekend. So if anything, we'll probably pick up then. I'll definitely have the schedule ready. But if you're the new year starting, well, I like to call this the new year because it's after summer. New Year's Eve, is not really the thing for me. I think as a personal trainer, I think it's September, October-ish. That's when people start to get back into it. So anyway, if you like this, please make sure you share with your friends. Please make sure you share with your family. Have them join the group. All right. Summer's almost over. It's the 19th, and summer's almost over. So let's get back to it slowly. I mean, well, wait till summer's over, but just get an idea, have some plans set up, and some people are teachers, some people haven't even stopped working yet, maybe, but anyway, I'll talk to you soon. I hope everyone is having a good summer, and you take it easy, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Are you ready to transform your health and wellness journey? At Kadapa Strength, I'm committed to helping you achieve your goals through my 3 pillars for results. First, I educate, equipping you with essential knowledge to understand your body and its needs. Then I execute a tailored plan, ensuring every step is personalized to your unique lifestyle. Finally, I encourage, providing accountability and support every step of the way. Get ready to unlock your full potential and thrive in every aspect of your life. Visit me today and let's embark on this journey together. Check me out at kandapastrength.com.